Well, once again, we have a brand new React vulnerability and I don't see enough people talking about this. What? Like, this is yet another vulnerability with React Server Components and Next.js itself. In fact, it made me want to switch to TanStack Start now. It has happened so many times now that even just this year alone, there was, I think, more than 5 cases of this. And the most biggest one was like React 2 Shell, which was like the biggest thing out there. And that was carried over from last year, in fact. So let's take a look at what went down. So this is the new one that Cloudflare published. And in fact, not many people are talking about this. I don't know why. And this is a pretty big issue as well. This affects React Server Components. And I won't go into detail what is exactly happening here, but it's something to do with the denial of service when you use server components and middleware bypass again. Isn't this resolved a while back? I'm not sure if it's related here, but this is the one that's disclosed here. So this is presumably the one that's in this vulnerability here, which was quite a few actually. So they actually announced here on X here, we've released Next.js versions 16.2.6 and 15.5.18 with important security fixes. These fixes address multiple vulnerabilities across high, moderate, and low severity, including one upstream React issue. We strongly recommend upgrading as soon as possible. And in fact, the only upstream issue is actually the React Server Component one, which is this one. And the rest is actually Next.js, I think. And here they are promoting their fork here called vnext, or a fork of Next.js that they have done here, which is a more, I guess, a more lightweight version of Next here. And I do see the potential of this if they do it well, but it just seems that they just promoted this as a vibe coded thing. The whole thing was purely vibe coded. They took the Next.js repository and they asked an AI agent to just port it over. So this whole thing was vibe coded. So that's the reason why they are saying that it's actually experimental here, because everything is AI built by AI. So there was so many. In fact, like last year we had React Server Components vulnerability as well, and we had some the React 2 Shell one, which is the most well-known one, and now we had the Next.js middleware bypass one, which was just this year. In fact, that was just like less than 2 months ago. In fact, I've been starting projects with Next.js so far. I've been using this tool called Better TStack, and it helps me orchestrate all of the tools and architecture, the tech stack, handling the payments, authentication, everything, linking everything together for me very easily with like mobile, Chrome extensions, desktop apps. Everything is linked together. It's so useful. I'm not sure why not enough people talk about this either. I'll make a separate video on this as well. But I've been using Next.js for the longest time for every of my project. It's so useful, it's so good, but it just has so much vulnerabilities that I really wanted to switch from now that TanStack Start has reached to somewhat of a mature stage, and I decided that what I'm going to build this week, which is what I'm going to do live stream for 5 days this week and build update night live for these 5 days and try to get paid within this week. That is the challenge I'm doing this week, which is my other video. You can check that out as well. So I've decided to go with TanStack Start for that. That's basically it. And it makes it so easy. If I want to switch stack, all I have to do is just to change an item here. I can just select whatever stack I want here. But the problem is if you already have an existing app, of course you can't use this. It won't port over something for you. This is just a scaffolding, a boilerplate to help you scaffold your base technologies, like all of the different front end, back end, the database and stuff. Everything is scaffolded nicely for you. So I really don't know. I have met my breaking point. I'm very sick of Next.js already. It has so many bad things going around it. There's just so many vulnerabilities. I'm just so sick of updating the packages and the libraries, and I have to just keep deploying to live productions as well. All of those legacy stuff I already deployed. I'm not really maintaining it somewhere. I have to update all of those as well. There's so much effort to maintain all of this, whereas I don't hear as much issues with TanStack Start and like other things as well, like TanStack Router, Solid, Spell. The issues is always to do with Next.js, and in fact, the other ones are using React as well. But if you don't use React Server Components, you aren't exactly affected by this. So I tend to not use React Server Components unless I need to. I've still been using API routes as well. So So if you want to check out my challenge of building an app in 1 week and trying to get a sale within 1 week as well. So if you want to check out my challenge of building an app within a week and trying to get one sale with it, follow for more.